It's only Wednesday, and I've already turned down 7 brands who wanted to work with us at Newseas, our Shopify SEO agency. It would have added 5 figures in monthly revenue to our agency, so why did I turn them down? Answer is actually very simple. These brands were going to lose money on our service. Now, many SEO agencies out there will shield their service for or with absolutely zero consideration of the client's revenue or profitability. All they see is dollar signs, and many brands who are hiring SEO for the first time are too naive to see that SEO is a bad investment for their business. All they think is SEO is a channel, we have to be doing it, we're not experts, let's pay someone. That's not the case. So this video, I'm going to talk you through who should not do SEO. And I'm going to share you some of the examples of the brands that booked in calls with me this week that we turned down because they were going to lose money. But I want to first talk a little bit broader about why SEO is not necessarily a good fit for every single brand. First off, SEO is a demand conversion channel. You can only make money from the existing demand for your product category. In SEO, we quantify this demand with search volume, okay? If 1,000 people per month open Google and search for your product category, that is the total demand for the month, okay? It's 12,000 people in a year, it's 1,000 for the month. Assuming your search volume is even 70% accurate, that means SEO has at maximum the ability to convert up to, but not over, 1,000 customers. Again, accuracy, that means, let's say down to 700. You have a minimum of 700 customers, maximum of 1,300 customers, assuming a 70% accuracy on search volume. Honestly, most tools are better than 70%. But without any of that extra stuff, you have the search volume is 1,000. It is 100% accurate. You have a maximum ability to convert 1,000 customers. The total demand for a product category will not grow by doing SEO. It has to be grown or impacted or affected by external forces outside of the SEO's control. Viral trends, more top of funnel awareness from paid ads like on Meta or organic social, again, Meta, TikTok, Snapchat maybe, probably not. More competitors can enter the space and drive up more demand, or some other factor, okay? So if a lot of people are searching for your brand, your product category, SEO is a good channel for you, right? If you sell a well-known product, water bottles, hoodies, t-shirts, pants, and you sell a lot of them, SEO is a good channel for you. If there is little to no demand, SEO is a bad channel for you, with really one exception, which I will cover later. If you invent a product, totally new product, never been seen before, SEO is not going to be your friend because no one knows any idea how to search for something they've never heard of. Okay? Meta will be the channel for you. Now, this is completely different from Meta, right? Google, paid ads on Google, Google Ads, and SEO are demand conversion channels, largely, okay? You can make an argument that Google Ads have some top of funnel awareness, but less so. Meta is demand generation, okay? You just pay money to serve ads to people as they scroll. Meta goes and finds you customers and puts your ad in front of them as they're scrolling their phone on social media, okay? They are being interrupted by your product. They don't actually have to do anything to find your product. The product comes to them, okay? Again, this is demand generation, the inverse of demand conversion. So let's talk through some examples, and I'm going to use examples of brands that actually booked calls with me this week. So this is a pretty simple SEO ROI calculator. I've put out a few more videos using this exact same calculator. It is by no means the fanciest calculator, but the math is pretty straightforward stuff. And if you're going to invest a couple $1,000s in a service like SEO, back of the napkin math is good enough to make a decision on whether you should at least investigate it or abandon it entirely. So I'm not going to show you the actual brand like websites themselves, but I'm going to walk you through the keywords, their biggest keywords and maximum potential that the brand had. Okay, so the first guy sold big and tall shirts. Okay, so just to run you through the ROI calculator again, we've got position and click-through rate per position based on a late 2025 study of click-through rates, which do factor in ad overviews, organic shopping, ad spots, things like that. Okay, so this is the most up-to-date study I've seen. Okay, position 1, 2, and 3 obviously get the most clicks, which should be of no surprise. They're highlighted in green because pretty much everything after that is worthless. You used to be able to make money if you ranked position 9 or 10. Not anymore. You really have to be in the top 3 spots to make any kind of money, okay? So we've got the keywords: big and tall shirts, big and tall t-shirts, 1,400 and 1,600 searches per month, respectively, okay? Now, projected estimated traffic in month 1, or in position 1, is calculated based off of this search volume and this click-through rate. So 25% of 1,400 is 350 searches per month. 25% of 1,600 is 622 searches per month, okay? Position 2, same thing, so on and so forth, right? You get position 10, you get like a few visits a month, hardly any. Now, the products this guy sold, big and tall t-shirts, about $80. I'm assuming, like, from what it's very rare that an AOV is lower than your base price of a product, right? AOV is to be like 1.25 to 1.75. So I put it like the top end of this, especially for like apparel. Like the guy was selling bundles and stuff. It's pretty unlikely someone's going to buy one $80 t-shirt, especially if it's big and tall, because that's such a niche thing. They're going to buy 2 or 3, like often as a bundle or as a part of gifts. So I put the AOV at 150. So I'd say it's about it's a conservative or average guess on AOV. I put the conversion rate at 1%, because you have to imagine these people are not searching for his brand name. They're searching for big and tall shirts and t-shirts. So they don't even know who he is. If they already knew his brand name, organic search conversion rate goes up 2, 3, 4%, right? If it's branded search, people are ready to buy, or at least more ready to buy. We've got one brand, their homepage organic search conversion rate is like 14%. It's ridiculous. But anyway, 1%, honestly, this might be high for some organic search for some categories. But organic search conversion rate, 1%, AOV 150 based on these 2 keywords, okay? Total amount of money he can make if he ranks in position 1 is $1,458 per month. Our services are over twice that. So even if we do our job and rank number 1, he will lose money by a significant factor. He'll be paying us over twice as much money as he is making. So that's losing money if you're keeping track. So I said, hey, before we even hopped on the call, I sent him a video and we talked anyway. I was like, look, this is unprofitable for you. You should not do this. If you spend any money, it should not be on SEO, whether it's me or someone else, because no matter what you like, if you pay me and we get you the one spot, you're gonna lose money. If you pay someone $500 a month to try and make it pop like a positive ROI, you're still going to lose money because no one's good at SEO for $500 a month. It's gonna be like shit SEO. So that's one example. Now I know you're thinking, okay, this guy had more products. He didn't. He had 6 t-shirts, all big and tall. You could stack up multiple collections, like red big and tall t-shirts, black big and tall shirts. It's still not going to work. The volume is still not even close to hit a positive ROI here. You could target red shirts, black shirts, t-shirts. Super, super competitive. Going to take a long time to rank. And when someone clicks on that page and they're my height, 6'1", 185 pounds, and they see they're all big and tall t-shirts, they're not going to buy it. So the bounce rate's going to be stupid high. So again, like, not worth targeting keywords that don't fit your product line, okay? So this brand doesn't make sense. Another brand sold organic plant food. If you already saw this example, the numbers should be even more obvious now, but organic plant food, 1,500 searches per month. I think their AOV was like $100, okay? The numbers will be even more obvious. $375, okay? If you target plant food, it's like 22K searches per month. Possible to rank number 1? Yes. Going to take a very long time? Also yes. My estimate based on backlink gap and things like that, I believe was about an 8 to 9 month estimate on when this brand could potentially hit the number 1 spot. That means they would have sunk somewhere between $25,000 and $35,000 into this to generate money back. Now, if you change this to organic plant food, the number becomes more profitable, but the brand was starting from 0. They had done like less than 10K a month in revenue, so they didn't have the money to spend. They didn't have 4K a month to spend on SEO for 8 months. They didn't have it. So like, it doesn't make any sense to work together, right? But again, like, you change these numbers to just plant food, and I think the search volume was 20,000, forget my memory, at this AOV, the number becomes better, but it's still not great. Like, you factor in margins and everything like this. Our services are less than this, but only by like $1,000 more, give or take, depending on the package. So you wait 8 to 9 months to generate this amount of money, you still have a long payback window on this, okay? So for this brand, Meta ads or Google ads, to at least capture and start playing a role in some of this volume. But at least it's pay-per-click there. Like, you know how much you can make per customer. SEO is a longer-term investment. And again, they're doing 0 to 10K a month. That was what they filled out on their form, and that's what their revenue was. So they don't have $4,000 to spend on SEO. They can't spend half of their revenue, maybe more than half of their revenue on SEO. It literally does not make sense. Next up, again, volumes are just getting smaller here, so this should become even more painfully obvious to you. This brand sold girls' swim cover-ups. Brand was inspired by this woman's daughters. Very cute story. I read the about page. Unfortunately, not a lot of demand for girls' swim cover-ups. Sure, there's a spike in the summer. Doesn't make sense being agency? No. The AOV was $150. I do remember that. $112 a month. That's how much they can make from this, right? And you could look at like girls cover-ups, swim cover-ups. Like, you can definitely get creative. But again, the volume of the monthly revenue is going to be way, way less than our fees. Now, before I get to the nuances, I want to just really clarify this point for any brands that are watching, thinking about hiring an SEO agency, okay? These brands, specifically the 3 I covered, should keep growing through Meta or literally any other means beyond SEO. You should not sink several $1,000s in per month just to lose it. That is just really bad gambling. Meta allows you to generate more demand for your products. And in the future, if the category grows large enough, SEO will make sense because there will be a great enough demand to convert to customers. Now, I'm talking about me specifically, like our fees and our agency, okay? It would be a terrible investment for them to pay us money. But I do probably bridge this out, and I probably would broaden this statement out to say it would be dumb of them to pay any agency any amount of money to do SEO, because as I said earlier, if you pay a good agency and they rank you number 1, you're going to lose money. If you pay a bad agency because you want to make it a positive ROI, because you think that actually the math will work in your favor, then you're going to be equally as unhappy because you're going to have no results and you're just going to be out a couple $100 a month paying for a shitty SEO agency. Again, if a good agency does the right work and you get to the number 1 spot, the brand will still be unhappy because they're paying twice as much as they're making. They're losing money. So if they are going to do SEO, if you're watching this and you're doing the math and you're like, wow, I'm only going to make $1,000 a month from SEO, even if I rank number 1 for my biggest keyword, do it in-house to make it profitable. Watch some YouTube videos, take care of it yourself. And even then, like, you don't if your demand's not that big and your brand's starting from scratch, like, please don't hire an SEO. But if you're going to do it in-house, I would recommend doing just the on-page SEO and putting the backlink building, any off-page stuff, on the back burner. AI has basically competed the cost of content down to 0. Like, it's pretty much free to do any on-page optimization now, which is awesome. You can optimize product pages, collection pages, you can write blogs, all this kind of stuff for nearly $0. So it's going to cost you nothing minus your time, which, again, I don't know what you value your time at, but it's still a hell of a lot better than paying an agency who has to build profit margins into their own time. So that's my advice. Now, these 7 brands, after I explained the lack of economics to these brands, half of them understood and they're like, all right, well, that's good. That makes sense. Thanks for that. Walked away. Great. The other half wasn't so sure. You could even argue that they doubled down. Well, what about blog content? What if we build backlinks? What if we do Reddit? Things like that. Sure, they can pay us money to do all those things, to write blog content, to build backlinks, to place branded Reddit mentions, to get featured in listicles. All these things that do fundamentally work for SEO. However, I do not care who you are. If you pay money for pay money for something, a service, over a duration of time, 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, 12 months, whatever, to fulfill the deliverables that you agreed to in contract, and you do not make at least that amount of money back or more, you will be extremely unhappy. Unless you have a shit ton of disposable cash flow or income that you are just really placing a long-term bet on brand building here. But the brand's doing 10K, 20K a month. Like, they don't have 3K, 4K, 5K to be spending on SEO unless they're VC backed or unless they have huge, like, deep pockets. They don't. So yes, you could pay. A lot of agencies out there will take your money and they would say, you pay us $4,000 and we'll write you these amount of blogs, we'll optimize these amount of product pages, and we'll build these amount of links. And contractually, we're off the hook. Or we've satisfied our contract. True. And that would be true. And because you signed it, you agreed to that. However, that is still a bad investment on your end, and it is bad on the agency to just take that money if they honestly don't believe they can generate you a return on your investment. If you do that, I guarantee you, like if you're a brand doing that, you're going to churn in 3-4 months once you realize what you've done, and you're never going to make money from it. You're going to spend 12, 16K, and it's going to go down the hole, down the drain, whatever, and that's it. Never get the money back. So you have to be certain that there is demand for your product and that you have a good enough AOV to make SEO worth your while. Yes, it's going to take a little bit of time, but you need to make sure that once you rank the number 1, number 2 spot, the money coming back is 2 to 3 to 4 to 5 times or greater than what you invested to get there. That is the only way SEO makes any economical sense. Now, the examples I showed you were low demand, low search volume, okay? The only way you can get away with low demand, low search volume is if you have an extremely high conversion rate, which is unlikely unless you're in the middle of a viral trend or you have a lot of branded search traffic, which is not SEO, that's something else. Or you have an extremely high AOV. So let me show you what that looks like. So we talk about the low demand, low AOV, right? 150 AOV is not bad. I want to be clear like that. If you're on Meta, that's good. An AOV of 150 is solid. There's a lot of brands that have an AOV of $80, $90, and they still do it. They still do really well. There's a lot of 8-figure brands out there that are doing $80 AOV and still crushing it. So 150 is pretty good, right? But as you grow in volume, your AOV is going to go down. It's just going to happen. However, if you've got a high AOV and low demand, you can counter the economics of SEO because you have such a high ticket product. So let's look at these 2 keywords at random. I picked like middle of the road, I'd say lower volume for hot tub space, but 450, 500, like reasonably competitive. Couple weeks, couple months for time to get to the number 1 spot, depending on how new of a brand you are. Okay. Combined search volume, search total is 950 searches per month. Organic search conversion rate probably going to go down a little bit because as the ticket price goes up, organic search conversion rate generally, organic search or otherwise, is going to go down. Right. Someone buying a $10 product has a much higher conversion rate than someone buying a $10,000 product. Okay. However, your AOV is going to make up for this. So let's say a hot tub is like $4,000. Okay. Well, now your estimated monthly revenue, just one, is now $12,280, which is about 3 times more than you would pay an agency like myself. Okay. So depending on your margins, this makes some economic sense. If you sell more hot tubs, great. Demand for these, I would say, like potentially could increase a little bit. I think hot tubs are generally the health and wellness space. Hot tubs, cold plunges, saunas are kind of growing right now in demand. So these numbers could grow a little bit. You could raise prices. Conversion rate may go down a little bit, but like you can raise price to 4,500. You can even drop it to 3,500 to do more volume. And this is still going to be twice or greater than the fees you're paying us. So SEO makes sense when you are high AOV product or a lot of demand. Ideally both. That's the ideal combination, right? So like some of the brands we work with that crush, furniture brands, awesome. Everyone buys couches. They don't buy more than 1 couch, but everyone buys them. Mattresses, furniture, same deal. Minimum AOV on these kinds of things is like high 3 figures, low 4 figures. Pool heaters, 4 figures, 4-figure AOV. Hot tubs, cold plunges, saunas. I've sold decks. All these things are $1,000 plus price tags. So the demand is fine low demand is fine because the AOV ticket price is just so much higher. Okay. So if you are planning to hire an SEO agency, make sure you do some back of the napkin math before you get fleeced or spend all of your money. And if you book a call with me and your product has little demand and low AOV, I will also tell you to spend your money anywhere else. I will not let you pay me to lose money. I will probably send you an email before we even talk to save you and me the time of a call for me to tell you this exact same thing. So I'll see you guys in the next video.